Is anti-Zionism anti-Semitism?
Yes.
It is under IHRA?
Rabbi,
Sure.
you're up next.
You're not sure?
Definition,
So what is the
I
definition?
would love to
This is now mainstream talking points. It's the same strategy, though, that the normal suspects like Mark Levin, Laura Loomer, and the rest, they're calling her vile, evil, deranged, stupid, etc., and calling for Trump to remove her from this White House Religious Liberties Commission, complaining about the vetting process for its members. It's Zionist acceptable only, apparently. And it's all because of this exchange. We'll start there. I'm Zach Costello.
Is anti-Zionism anti-Semitism?
yes.
It is under IHRA?
Rabbi,
Sure.
you're up next.
You're not
That
sure?
definition,
So
but
what is the
I
definition?
would love to speak to that. Undoubtedly, anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism, and undoubtedly, and one does not have to support the specific policies of the government of Israel, but to not support the right of Israel to exist, which is what anti-Zionists do, while not taking that same stand to the 28 Muslim countries and 13 Christian countries in this world, is a double standard, is hypocrisy, and is absolutely anti-Semitism.
I think it's also important that we not make Islamophobic remarks while we're here today. I would appreciate that.
I just want to
Since this
say,
is a religious liberty hearing.
God forbid was anything like that said. But if the Jewish people are the only people that you deny the right to have its own state, that is absolutely a double standard, hypocrisy, and anti-Semitism.
Well, as you know, I'm a Catholic, and Catholics do not embrace Zionism, just so you know. So are all Catholics anti-Semites, according to you?
As I said, anti-Zionism, by denying the right of the Jews to have their own state while not saying the same for any other peoples, that is a double standard, hypocrisy, and anti-Semitism.
So just to be clear, are Catholics anti-Semites?
Carrie, excuse me. I'm going to interrupt the discussion. Our committee is focused on religious liberty taken from all people, whether they be Muslims, Jews, Christians, Sikhs. We've had all those witnesses here. This is not a commission on defining religions or calling out any theology, or this is not the commission for that.
Right, but we're talking about
were
a foreign nation, so I want to be clear on what the definition of anti-Semitism is. If I don't support the political state of Israel, am I an anti-Semite? Yes or no?
They already answered. Asked and answered.
According to you on the record, yes? If I don't support the political state of Israel?
I don't personally label people, but what I'm saying is, if somebody states if somebody says they're an anti-Zionist, they are saying about themselves that they have a double standard and hypocrisy, and they're taking anti-Semitic positions.
Okay. Carrie, you feel like you have your questions in?
I don't agree with that, because as a Catholic, I don't agree that the new modern state of Israel has any biblical prophecy meaning at all. So that's my stance, and I'm Catholic.
Okay. So it's very important that we pick this apart. This is the way that conservative Christians are gaslit on this issue. The conflation of the Jewish people have the right to exist and they need to have a place to live, with the religious belief that they are biblically entitled to this specific land and have covenant rights to the land, and that the current state of Israel is the biblical Israel, is wrong. A Zionist fundamentally believes that the biblical Israel is the current state of Israel, and that they have covenant rights with God to this specific land, which is called their promised land, and the one from the Old Testament. And this follows if they are still Jewish and have not accepted Christ as the Messiah. So you can see there is just simply a fundamental conflict and difference between Jews and Christians. It has always been there, and it's a religious conflict. This is their religious belief, and they can then use the Jews have a right to exist and Jews need a home somewhere to cloak this religious belief that they are actually implementing on everyone. Jewish believers have protected rights in America. It looks like they have even more protected rights than Christians do. Christians are called to love and convert Jewish people, not support their claims to land rights or their religion. Christian Zionism is just an oxymoron and a term that just describes a confused Christian who picks and chooses Bible verses out of context and has apparently forgotten that the Messiah came to fulfill the old law, which is the Jewish religion. In any case, Carri Boller is correct. And for 2,000 years, this has been the original Orthodox belief of Christians. And precisely what these Zionists are saying is that our beliefs are anti-Semitic.